Fragrances nowadays are dumb expensive. Like, what do you mean I'm paying $345 for Parfum de Marly Sedley, which came out 5 years ago? On top of the cost of fragrances, you're most likely ordering this online, so you may not even know what this smells like on you. Let's say you hypothetically ordered said fragrance, you lost out on $200+, you don't like the scent, and you already sprayed it on yourself, so now you go outside and now everybody else around you doesn't like how it smells on you and you hate yourself. Now obviously it doesn't get that extreme, but this is what makes clone fragrances so great. You see, with clones, they're clones of your favorite expensive, luxurious scents at a lower price. So even if you don't like it, you spend much less compared to the real thing. Although the prices may be good, we don't want scents that are just good for the moment. We'd want them star fragrances that we'd always want on our team. With that being said, I'm not giving you no weak scents. I'm giving you 10 clone fragrances for life. First fragrance smells like a fresh out the oven, warm, fruity dessert. Afternoon's 9 p.m. There's this citrusy and fruitiness to the scent that comes from the bergamot and apple. The floral notes then come in with the lavender, orange blossom, and muguet, giving this scent some freshness and floralness. Combine the fresh floral notes and the sweet notes such as vanilla, amber, and tonka bean, you'll understand why this scent smells like a fresh out the oven, fruity dessert. This scent is one of them ones, bro. It replicates Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male, which in my opinion, Ultra Male is more masculine, but I'd prefer 9 p.m. personally. Next fragrance up on our list smells like the taste of fruit punch, Lattafa's Confidential Private Gold. When you first smell this, you'll notice the sweet and fruitiness of the peach, passion fruit, pear, raspberry, and cassis in this, so you understand why I say this smells like fruit punch. The scent is also very smooth and creamy from the sandalwood and vanilla, with the vanilla also adding on to the sweetness. There's other notes, but they're not really noticeable. They're just kind of the finishing touches. If I ever went back to Miami, this would be one of the tropical scents I'd bring back with me. This next one is unique in my opinion. It's dark, sweet, and fruity. It also got a cool bottle. We're talking about Pride Vintage Radio EDP. First, you'll notice the citrusy, sweet fruitiness from the bergamot and plum. This Palo Santo that also adds on to the citrusy aroma while also giving this a hint of woodiness. Alongside the Palo Santo, there's sandalwood adding on to the woodiness. This aroma also has sage in it, giving it that earthy edge. So damn good, I gotta spray it on myself. I haven't had a fragrance on all day. With this costing $36 compared to what it's replicating, which is Initio's Paragon being priced at $390, I think it's worth picking up. If this hypothetically didn't smell like Paragon, this fragrance alone is still pleasant and worth every penny. This next one is exactly what it's named. We have Velvet Oud. This is obviously velvety smooth, hence the name, but that comes from the suede, which gives off the same scent as leather, so you can imagine this being dark, warm, and smooth. Adding on to the warmth, they add cardamom, making this cozier and spicier. Then the oud part of the name is literally oud, which makes this scent darker and woodier. We have oak moss that adds more woodiness while also being earthy. Then they throw patchouli into the mix, making this scent even earthier. Throughout the whole scent, you might have been wondering, where's that sweetness coming from? It's coming from the amber, which adds a sort of sweet and creaminess to it. If you want to start your collection, I highly recommend starting with this. It's smooth and masculine. Matter of fact, no, just get it. I'm not asking no more. Next upcoming fragrance is like a, ooh, y'all can't see that. Next upcoming fragrance is like a fresh out the shower soapy scent. We have Lattafa's Confidential Platinum EDP. That fresh soapiness comes from the bergamot and black pepper, with the bergamot giving that citrusy freshness and the black pepper balancing everything out. Aluminum is then added, which adds on to the citrus and spiciness of the bergamot and black pepper. If you really pay attention to this scent, there's also an aquatic-like feel coming from the ambergris. At the end of this scent, there's labdanum adding more spice, and moss giving this an earthy edge, reminding me of Irish Spring. Shouts out Flight Rags. Listen, if money's tight and you still want to be fresh as fuck, this fragrance is $20 and worth every dollar. This next one screams I care about my hygiene just cause how clean it is. Our Moss Tagam EDT. This aroma is dumb fresh from the lavender and mint, with the lavender also adding floralness to it. On top of the other fresh notes, we also have lemon and bergamot adding on to the freshness and adding their own zesty scent. Then after, you'll notice the warmth and spice from the abundance of spices such as pink pepper, nutmeg, and ginger. Finally, at the end of the scent, you'll notice the earthy-like tones coming from the patchouli and vetiver. Tagam is one of them scents I'd imagine a really important businessman would smell like. This for surely could be worn in a casual or business setting. The following fragrance coming up is fresh, tropical, aquatic, and packed with fruity notes. Introducing Hawass for Him. You'll initially notice the freshness of the scent coming from the zestiness of the lemon and the citrusy aroma of the bergamot. That aquatic feel then comes from the ambergris, which adds on to that tropical feel. Throughout this entire fragrance, there's warmth coming from the subtle spice of the cinnamon and cardamom. Back in Sarasota, we used to go to Siesta Key Beach. We would bring our drums and have a drum circle with random people on the beach. And boy, I'm telling you, if I knew about this back then, this whole bottle would have been gone. Coming up next, we have a refreshing, vibrant fragrance. This is none other than Club de Nuit Milestone. What makes this fragrance so vibrant is the citrus-like notes such as bergamot and orange. Adding onto that vibrant aroma, they added more fruits such as grapefruit and peach. All these fruits make this very fresh and clean, but there's more to it. At the end of this, there's patchouli and vetiver, leaving us with a fresh, earthy, vibrant fragrance. You know I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. This scent can come off a little synthetic, but if you could look past that, this scent is still very appealing. Up next, this one reminds me of what tea smells like after you squeeze a lemon in it. Afternoon Supremacy in Heaven. There's green tea that gives off a subtle freshness to this. That lemon squeeze part I was talking about earlier is coming from the zesty bergamot and mandarin. Adding onto the fruits, we have black currants, which balance out the citrusy notes. At the end of this aroma, there's sandalwood, which gives this a smooth, woody edge. I need to find more fragrances out there that smell like tea because I really rock with it, and this fragrance is setting a good example of what tea-like aromas could smell like. This next one is vibrant and fruity, almost like a fruity cocktail. El Cielo EDP. I'm good at pronunciating my Spanish, right? Give credit where credit is due. In this blend, the vibrancy is the first thing you'll notice, which comes from the bergamot and lemon. Melon and apple are then thrown into the mix, which don't overpower the citrus and vice versa. This scent is also fresh due to the lavender and violet, which also add a floral feel to this as well. Then there's vanilla and amber that make this scent sweet, creamy, and warm. El Cielo is a replica of Paco Rabanne's Invictus, which have a crazy price difference. This is $28 and Invictus can be $100 plus. If you're trying to add or start to your collection, these are for sure worth spending your hard-earned cash on. They're cheap but have quality, and I promise you, you won't regret it. Now go watch my 5 best Armand fragrances money can buy video.